Danny said, since you said ask anything, here's my question. How did you manage all the things without feeling overwhelmed and possible burnout early on when you started as a solopreneur? Emails, budget, accounting, marketing, pacing yourself, seeing clients, writing, etc. I totally burned out. There was no uh, avoiding burnout. I absolutely burned out early in the day. Yeah, Susan Kendall, who was an old Waldorf school friend of mine, she became my assistant, and so together we were doing this, and it was too much. Yeah, again, we felt like we were failing a lot, um, always behind on things. So but I didn't have anyone like me. I didn't have a business coach. I didn't have anyone talking about business model. So much of this is stuff I've just figured out on my own because I'm stubborn, and I wish I'd invested in coaching earlier, honestly, because I just improvised my way here. I learned as I went, had a certain instinct for it. Yeah, so the key is this, there's a theme for today's Ask Ted, simplify. We're going to get to this in the business model semester, but you can jump ahead to that stuff. You can look at the business model webinar. But I just urge everyone to go for the simplest, when you're starting, especially the simplest possible business model. People think, oh, if I'm going to have a membership, then I need to have a Mighty Networks and I need to have a whole ConvertKit email series and ThriveCard and all this. No, you need maybe a Zoom account and you need a Facebook group or something or a WhatsApp thread. That's literally it. That's all you need. We make it so much more complicated than we need to. Start easy. But I don't have a website. Google Docs. Just send somebody a Google Doc with the info in it. Problem solved. Start simple. Simple tech, simple mechanics. Um, when God, I do my live workshops and people would pay with check, cash, credit card, PayPal, email money transfer. And it made it very hard to track that money. Just a lot more work on the back end. And then we said, okay, here's the Thrive cart button. That's the only payment. Or cash. I prefer cash. But outside of cash, it's just that. So those are things to think about. How do I make every step of my business simpler? Where is stuff slipping through the cracks? How do I simplify? Because I absolutely burned out. And it wasn't just business though. It was that I had so many other community projects I was engaged in, which I had to stop at a certain point. I mean, I burned out so substantially. I was having electric shocks in my arms and legs and felt like I was literally about to have an aneurysm. It was so much stress. And I just had to put every community endeavor to the side. And now we're in the process of dramatically simplifying the business. So, yeah, let me help you with that. Let me support you all in Streamline. By the way, this is why niching. Hopefully, you're starting to see this pyramid. I mean, let me just do a screen share of this. You know, I think it was in the somewhere in here. Got the 7 fundamentals, but it's worth just looking at this again. So I know you've seen it before. Oh, is this? Here we go. Boom. Oh, damn it. Why? Here, how do I make this bigger? Why does it hate me like this? Okay, but you get the idea. You start to see why all of these matter for not burning out. If you don't have enough space in your life, it's over, baby. You're burning out. If you don't have the ethics, you won't burn out in the short term, but it will crater you in the long term. One, because it's very hard to take the kind of scorn you'll get for unethical behavior. And it hurts your word of mouth long term, hurts your reputation. So now you have to work harder than you would have otherwise. No niche, you're trying to be everything to everybody. There's a freight train to burn out. No point of view, no clear, compelling take on things. Well, then why would people trust you? And you're going to have to work so much harder in marketing because you're not making a case for the perspective. You're trying to make a case for them to buy. Business model. If your business model is way too complicated, you're just going to burn out. And hubs, you're trying to just reach people cold. Are you mad? Doesn't work. And then if you don't find a way to share your work that makes sense for you, that feels good to you, you're going to burn out. So the if you want to avoid the burnout, it's this stuff. Yeah, we're working through it. Throw some elbows to make space in your life. Behave ethically. Stop trying to be everything to everybody and just decide what's the thing I want to be known for? What's the one thing? Really focus on that. Develop a clear, compelling point of view because once you've written it, it's done. You don't have to rewrite it. Then craft the simplest, most sustainable business model you can think of. Build good relationships with hubs so they can take a lot of the weight of promotion and find a way of sharing your work, the tactics that feel authentically right for you. Then you're golden. Everything's good. So that's what I have to say about that. Thank you for your question, Danny.